I'm eating purple. I'm eating purple. I'm eating purple. Never been a wildcat. I'm eating purple. Never been a wildcat.
What is going on, everyone? I am Stevie B.
I'm Kenny G.
And welcome back to the Purple Pod, the best K-State podcast out there. Let's go, baby. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to talk today about some K-State football, which I thought we were done talking about, but I guess there's some news that just happened in the last 24 hours. Before we get to that, though, make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, all of that. We are really close to 200 subscribers, which is crazy to think about because it feels like we've gone up like 100 in the last couple of weeks here, Kenny. It's pretty awesome the K-State fans are subbing to our channel, man.
It is. Dude, Steve, what is going on with your camera? You look completely like you need a tan or something. Like
it's a new camera. I may change it out for something else. I decided to try it out. We'll see how it goes here going forward here, man.
You're shockingly white right now. You're like you're more white than me, and that's saying something.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like
let's see. Does this help?
Oh yeah, that is so much better.
Do I look a little bit better there, Kenny? Do I look better?
Yeah,
Kenny?
you were like whited out there.
Really quickly, there's been some questions about your sunglasses. There's some people who reach out to me saying, is there a reason why Kenny is always wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, it's I have some eyes that I don't know. I just like wearing sunglasses. I don't know. It's like honestly, if I wasn't wearing them, nobody would be talking about them. I don't know.
That is true.
I like the shades. True. It's like really purpley hazed in this room, and these kind of like correct a little bit of the color of because I have my whole room is like purple right now, and I don't know, they're like blue light protectant or whatever. I just like wearing them. I don't know.
You just like wearing sunglasses indoors.
Yeah,
sunglasses indoors.
I might be a bit of a rock star. Okay, like in my past life, I used to be wearing sunglasses all the time.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Well, again, we thank everyone for subbing to the channel. Like I said, we've gone up about 100 subs here in about the last month or so, and we do appreciate everyone for subbing the channel. We're going to talk some K-State football. There was some news reported.
We're not done yet. The fans want more. They
want more K-State football content.
You cannot let it go. K-State football has got to just keep with the content. So we have to squeeze a little bit more content to start out the year 2024. This is the first K-State content of the year 2024. Yeah, first podcast of the year. And we're talking about what?
Talking about K-State football. K-State football.
We can't let it go.
Yes. Okay, so basically here's what happened. So we made our video. We did our podcast and our thoughts on Connor Riley as an OC. We both said that we did not think he should be, but we'd be fully on board if he was chosen by Chris Kleiman. I almost said Colin Klein. Chris Kleiman to be
not here anymore, Steve. You gotta let it go.
Now, we had a lot of people watch our video, the podcast and the clip video, and we do appreciate everyone for watching it. So let's talk a little bit about some news that happened yesterday. Reported by GoPowerCat.com, K-State was in talks with Matt Wells for him to become the new quarterbacks coach and co-offensive coordinator at K-State. So if you guys don't know who that is, Matt Wells is the former head coach at both Texas Tech and Utah State. He coached the likes of Jordan Love, who was a first-round pick, and playing pretty darn good football this past season in the NFL. And then he went on to Texas Tech in the last couple years. he has been the offensive analyst, or an offensive analyst, I should say, at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma produced the Big 12 first-team quarterback this year in Dylan Gabriel. When I saw the news, I was pretty excited. Now, I don't think it's a done deal yet, but I was pretty excited to see a quarterback's coach to be coming in as a co-offensive coordinator. I'm assuming he's going to be like the passing game coordinator, and Connor Riley is going to be the run game coordinator. Both of them are going to have co-titles as OC. Kenny, I wanted to get your thoughts on Connor Riley possibly not being the OC with Matt Wells coming in as the quarterback's coach and co-OC at K-State.
So I would love to take the credit for this take, even though I kind of was already thinking this before Tim Fitz actually said it. But him and I, like, we must be on the same wavelength or whatever, because I was like, well, you've got a brand new offensive line coming in. You're going to want your offensive line coach there on the sidelines to be there for this very new offensive line that's coming in. So I'm thinking, okay, Connor Riley is going to want to be on the sideline. I felt like that was going to be the case. Now, and also you didn't mention that Jordan's actually the starter for Green Bay right now. So there's that as well. So yeah, it's cool to see that.
He's a starter right now for the Green Bay Packers, and he's done pretty well this season.
Yeah, it's cool to see. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He used to be a quarterback way back in the day. I think like in the 90s or something. He played for like the Army or the Navy, one of those the schools like Army, Navy or something like that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let's just go ahead and pull up the Wikipedia page, because that's a good place to source here.
Wikipedia, I believe it's already telling him that he's our offensive coordinator. It's not set in stone yet, but they're already locking it in like it's a done deal.
Yeah. So Wells was a redshirt freshman on Utah State's 1993 Las Vegas Bowl season. He played quarterback in 16 games in the 94-95 seasons at Utah State, passing for 2,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. 1996 Big West Conference co-championship team. Did not play in a bowl game. 3-year letterman. So like you said, he did play quarterback. Now, as a coach, he coached at Navy, Tulsa.
Oh, he played for Utah State. I thought he played for the Navy. I don't know why I thought that.
He was the quarterback's coach there at Navy.
Okay. So that's what I. That's what.
So as a player, he played at Utah State and then eventually became the head coach there for about 5 seasons. He worked his way up from Navy, Tulsa, New Mexico, Louisville, back to New Mexico, back to Utah State. He started as a quarterback and running an offensive coordinator, and then moved on to be the head coach at Utah State. Then moved on to Texas Tech, where things did not go so well. He was fired after just a couple of seasons. And like I said, he's spent the last couple of years at Oklahoma, where he has been the offensive analyst. Now, here's what I have to say about that. There's a couple different ways you can look at it. There's a positive outlook and a negative outlook on Matt Wells. So the negative is pretty obvious. He was fired at Texas Tech after just a couple of seasons. Wasn't that good. His second to last season at Utah State, where Jordan Love was the quarterback for about 2/3 of the season, they finished with a 6-7 record, including a bunch of beatdowns. Now, the next year, here's a positive outlook. The positive outlook is that he did go 11-2 his final year at Utah State as head coach. He scored 40 or more points in 9 of those games. He spent the last 2 years at Oklahoma learning a lot from other guys, including Jeff Lebby, who is now the head coach at Mississippi State. He was the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. And like we said earlier, Dylan Gabriel was the first team quarterback in the Big 12 this past year. So there's a lot to look at in terms of positive and negative. I'm going to look at the positive aspect here when it comes to Matt Wells. Now, here's the thing, though. He's a co-offensive coordinator. And it looks like he's going to be sharing with Connor Riley. So if Matt Wells does not do that well as a play caller, they can always go back to Connor Riley as the OC, right? It's not like we're firing Connor Riley. He's still going to be the offensive line coach. He's going to stay in the field now with his guys. He's probably going to be throwing in some play calls as well. So you get the best of both worlds. You get to keep Connor Riley, and you also get a fresh start at quarterbacks coach with Matt Wells. I feel like it's a win-win for K-State, man. I really, really do.
Yeah, I mean, I said this in the last video. I said, Coach Kleiman is really good at networking. He knows how to communicate with everybody, and he's got his like I don't know, he's got his name out there. A lot of people know who he is, and he just is really good with networking with a bunch of different coaches. It seems like he's on a great relationship with a lot of coaching and coaching staffs across the nation. And I don't know. I think he obviously is going to make the best decision for K-State, and I just trust him. I think he made the right decision. He knows a lot more about Wells than we do, so we'll have to see. I'm excited, and I think unless something crazy happens, I think this might be the final news of K-State football for the until
final big news, right? So they're still going to
yeah.
have some more signings in February with the late signing period, which it feels like the early signing period is when everyone signs now. They're obviously going to also hire a couple of like analyst coaches and like special staff members because a few of our guys actually Buford just left K-State to go to Texas A&M with Colin Klein. So there's going to be a completely new coaching room for the quarterbacks and offense this new year, which I mean, I feel like it's probably a good thing. Give a fresh start for Avery. When looking at Avery Johnson, Fitz over at Go Powercat compared him to Michael Penix, and I feel like it's a good comparison. But I actually feel like he's a better comparison to Jordan Love, just with way better legs, way faster. Like the way they both played, like they're looking to pass first, but they can run the ball and they run it very, very effectively. So I feel like this is a great fit for K-State with Matt Wells having coached Jordan Love. And I feel like Avery is probably going to be pretty excited knowing his new OC is a guy that coached a first-round draft pick.
Yeah,
so
that, and he used to be a quarterback.
That's really exciting.
And he also used to be a quarterback himself. So I mean,
yes.
we were saying that we needed somebody with quarterback experience, or we were hoping for. So is this like jump out of your seat, full of excitement? Not really, but I'm okay with this, and I'm confident that I'm confident Kleiman made the right choice, and I mean I think we're in good hands. I think what you said was absolutely correct. So yeah.
So here's what I want to say. So last few things as I go on here about this. So I tweeted out recently, yes, please, when I saw the news about Matt Wells. Had 140 likes on Twitter. That is a lot of people liking that post. A lot of K-State fans are excited about it. In terms of what you're going to see on the field, you are going to see some deep balls. You are going to see some RPOs. You're probably going to see a lot of screen game as well. And I do still anticipate K-State to be running the ball a lot with DJ Giddens because he's just an animal. So I feel like this is definitely a pro-style offense going forward with Avery Johnson. Yeah. And I definitely feel, like I said, this is probably the best thing for K-State and for Avery Johnson. You got anything else to say on Matt Wells at K-State?
No, man. Welcome to the family. Can't wait to see us back on the field in a while from now. But right. Super excited for you, man. Welcome to the K-State family. We hope you stick around. Just don't blow it. All right. Just don't blow it. All right.
Just don't blow it, man.
Just don't blow it, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Fine. Okay, so now we're going to get into our next segment. This is the top 10 things that happened for K-State in 2023. We were going to do a podcast on Sunday, and unfortunately it fell through.
Positive things or negative things? Hold on.
We'll do negative. We'll do negative first and then the positive. So we're doing both.
The top 10 worst things that happened in K-State this year.
Yeah, we'll do that first, and then we'll do the top 10 best things. Okay.
I swear, one of those things better be the rule change literally halfway through the season. That better be one of those things.
Well, we'll make it an honorable mention. So that's number 11, the Big 12 changing the rules mid-season.
Mid-season.
Who gets to go?
That totally screwed. That was literally a K-State thing, negative thing to K-State.
Absolutely, it happens all the time. We're recent. It's the K-State rule. It's the K-State rule. Okay,
it's the K-State rule. All right. Let's see it, Steve. Top 10 worst things that happened to K-State in 2023. Let's hear it, Steve.
Number 10. K-State volleyball not making the NCAA tournament. They had a ton of wins against top 10 teams, including sweeping the national champion Texas Longhorns. They were snubbed for sure. That is number 10.
That was massive snub there.
Coming in at number 9, K-State not landing Pat Ngongba. He decided to Duke over K-State. K-State went all in on this recruit. I mean, there were signs all over town. Like, there's still signs all around town. We're welcome home, Pat, or come to K-State, Pat, or stuff like that. And for K-State,
you look good in purple, Pat. Yeah, man.
You look great, dude.
That was such a bum deal. I was so sad. I was there at the game when he was walking around at the game. Well, and it looked like he was having fun.
Actually, I think you and I were there. We both walked past him, and Tang. We walked right past Tang.
Yes,
right past Coach Tang.
And it looked like he was having fun in the student section. I'm like, man, this could actually happen, but it didn't.
What was that? That was number 9. Number 8 kind of leads into that. Naquan Tomlin getting suspended and then eventually expelled. That happened like the same weekend. Like that whole
this one stings, dude.
That whole fight happened the same weekend that Ngongba was visiting, which probably left a sour taste in Pat's parents' mouths. So maybe that's why he wasn't like. Maybe that's why he didn't pick K-State. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is that this being number 8 is kind of a shock to me because it just feels so recent and it feels like it should be higher. But I mean, I know that there's some worse ones out there that happened to K-State last year. It's just that this one right now feels really hurtful. This one stings.
To jump to the comments real quick, do you think Avery has been involved in this decision for OC? I do not think so. He's been on vacation in another country actually right now with his family, I believe. But I do know that Matt Wells came to K-State a couple weeks ago, so maybe he met him then. I don't know.
I mean, okay. I don't think Avery has that much pull of like what, you know what I mean? I just don't see that. I think he just needs to worry about bulking up, getting ready for next year. But all right, number 7. I can't believe that was number 8. Number 7.
All of the transfers, including Will Howard, Adrian Lara, Jacob Rubley, our guy, Macho Man Kobe Savage, a bunch of guys leaving, man. Like there was a ton of guys that left. I think it's like 20 plus at this point. So coming in at number 7 is all of the football transfers.
Yeah, that was rough. That was really rough.
Number 6, I feel like this should probably be higher. I don't know why I have it at number 6. Colin Klein leaving K-State to take the same position at Texas A&M. Now I know he left K-State for more money. He also left to get another school in his resume so he could become a head coach at some point. I think he also wanted to try the SEC, but it still stings considering he's a K-State guy. He's an All-American here. His name is in the Ring of Honor. He's like, I think he is the only person to have multiple Big 12 championships not named Bill Snyder. He had one as a player and as a coach at K-State. So that he's the only person to do that. So.
Oh, man, that's rough. Okay.
Number 5, K-State football losing by 8 to Oklahoma State early in the season, the first Big 12 loss of the season, basically losing because of a pick 6 at the end of the first half. This was a heartbreaker. It felt like this was Will Howard's probably his worst game since probably his freshman year at K-State. I really feel that way.
Yeah, this was a really tough game. We've already mentioned it a bunch of times. Like Jace Brown wasn't in the picture here. We didn't have Jacob Parrish in the game. There was a lot of things going on in that game, and it was just really unfortunate timing that we had to play them right out of the bye week. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, and Kleiman's got to figure out how to win a game after the bye week. Okay, number 4. K-State losing on a 61-yard field goal on the last play of the game at Missouri. I still cannot believe that dude made that. Like, that is crazy. And then Missouri went on to win 11 games.
Who did they beat in the bowl game?
Ohio State.
They beat Ohio State. They held Ohio State to 3 points. It's
Now,
like
Ohio State did not have their starting quarterback who had 3,000 passing yards this year. So they were under like second or third string guy, but still, they won that game.
And
They got
we lost to
like this
them
was
by
a pretty lucky season for the Missouri Tigers.
seriously,
really
no kidding. Like, I can't believe how good they were this year. On top of that, it's just like the luck that we had with K-State this year is just unbelievable, man. It's just a record-breaking field goal kick. Are you kidding me? As time expired.
Okay, that was number 4. Breaking into the top 3 now. Worst things that happened to K-State this year, and then we'll get into the positive. Number 3, pretty obvious. K-State losing at home on senior night to Iowa State in the snow. Will Howard and Colin Klein's the last games at K-State. I mean, this had to be number 3, right? It just had to be on there. K-State had a chance to win 9 regular season games. And obviously, they won the bowl game. They could have won 10 games in back-to-back seasons. Unfortunately, they lost on senior night in an epic snow game at home.
Wild. Absolutely wild. I mean, I don't know. Worst things has happened. I feel like we just didn't even show up to play. And it just really sucks because it could have been the first time in a very long time that we had an undefeated home record.
Yeah, first time since 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. This was a game that you were at my house for. We got a first down in overtime at the 7-yard line. There was no way we were losing this game, and we did. There were some really bad calls, like the fact that they called Keegan Johnson down short of the line again because the camera was at a bad angle when he obviously got the first down.
Are you talking about the Texas game?
Number 2 is K-State losing in overtime to Texas. K-State should have won that game. K-State lost, 4 or 5 games this season? 4 games. All 4 losses are by 1 score. All 4. K-State should have won that game.
It's unbelievable, man. That game was such a heartbreaker. I mean, we could have kicked the field goal. We could have gone into more overtime, but we went for it, went for the win. Honestly, there were so many opportunities there at the back half. We could have won. That game really stings.
Okay. Number 1. Worst thing that happened to K-State, and then we'll move on to the positive.
This is the worst thing that happened to K-State in all of 2023.
K-State losing by 3 points in the Elite Eight to FAU. K-State was looking to get its first Final Four in 60 years and could not get it done. They lost to Florida Atlantic.
That is such a heartbreaker, man. And we were electric.
We were like America's team, man. We really were. Everyone was watching us. Marquise Noel, Keontae Johnson. I mean, we had Ish Masood Swish making 40-foot shots. I mean, we had it all, dude. Desi Sills going off. I mean,
Naquan Tomlin.
We had Naquan Tomlin.
we had Tomlin.
That was his last official game at K-State. Now,
my gosh, we had Tomlin.
I know he played in the Israel trip, but in terms of official games at K-State, that was his last official game at K-State. Okay, we're done with that. We're done with that. We're moving on to the top 10.
You know, it's like I've got some good news and bad news. You gave me the bad news first. Now, Steve, give me the good stuff. Give me
the good news here. Top 10 things that are positive that happened to K-State in 2020.
The top 10 best things that happened.
Best things.
Starting with 10. Here we go.
Number 10. K-State volleyball sweeping Texas. We talked about it earlier. They swept the national champion Texas Longhorns at home here in Manhattan. Morgan Family Arena, I think is what it's called. First win against Texas, I think, in like 20 plus years. That was a massive win for a first-year head coach. I forgot his name. There's a first-year head coach at K-State volleyball, and that was just a massive win for K-State in the program.
Oh yeah. This is why Gene Taylor is the best, athletic director in the nation. So
absolutely.
He hires the best.
Number 9, DJ Giddens running for 200 plus yards and 4 touchdowns against UCF in the first Big 12 game of the season. Dude went off as basically the only running back that got to play because of Trayshawn Ward being out with the injury, and he balled out. I know you love some DJ Giddens with his tackle box and his fishing rod. I know you love you some DJ Giddens.
Dude, he is a stud, man. I'm gonna say this right now. This is my hot take. He's gonna be the best running back in the Big 12.
Ollie Gordon is coming back, dude. That is a huge hot take.
I think DJ is gonna be better than Ollie next year.
I hope so. I hope you're right. I don't see that happening because Avery Johnson's going to be the best quarterback in the Big 12. Can't have the best running back and best quarterback, but maybe that happens.
Maybe.
Coming in at number 8, we have 2 things here. Will Howard breaking the single season and career passing touchdown record, and his guy, Ben Sinnott. I wanted to mention both in the same sentence. Ben Sinnott breaking the program record for yards and touchdowns by a tight end in the season. Both of those are number 8 on our top 10 list.
Good spot for number 8. Absolutely incredible marker to hit. Now, it's not like the craziest marker because K-State historically hasn't been known for its passing offenses, but nevertheless,
47 career, or was it 47 or 49 career passing touchdowns? That's pretty good for K-State. Like you said,
that is really good.
K-State's not Texas Tech or Hawaii or whatever. All those other schools that like to pass the ball all over the yard. They like to run the football, and that's pretty good. Coming in at number 7, K-State women's basketball beating Iowa. I think they're number 2 in the nation when K-State won that game. That was a huge win, a win over Caitlin Clark. Back-to-back seasons, K-State women beat Iowa. That is huge. And both times, Iowa was ranked in the top 5.
Dude, K-State women basketball, I think you and I have said this before. It's kind of unfortunate that we don't go to these games because
there's a game tonight.
They are popping off, dude. They are incredible. They're like they're ranked 11, right? They should be in the top 10.
They've been 11 for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, something like that. I don't know.
Dude, the K-State girls basketball team is unbelievable. So
yes,
shout out to the Lady Cats. You guys are killing it on the court this year. Just keep up the good work, and we're rooting for you.
Coming in at number 6. That was number 7. Coming in at number 6. Recent game. K-State men's basketball beating Villanova in overtime on a Tyler Perry step back cash money 3-pointer. That is number 6 on our top.
What a nail biter, dude. We were actually way ahead early and we let them come back, and then it just TP, with the clutch shot, he's been making a lot of those lately, and I mean, you don't want to bank on that all the time, but if you got it, you got it.
It's happened way too much this year. It has happened way too much. We should not be playing these close games against these scrub teams. Okay.
Well, Villanova's not a scrub team, but
no. I'm talking about all the other games,
but all the other games, the other games,
which we will talk about. We will talk about soon. Okay.
All right.
That was the first 5. Now we're breaking into the top 5. Coming in at number 5, K-State men beating Kentucky. K-State is now 2-9 all time against Kentucky. I've witnessed both wins back in 2018, and then this year, or I guess it would have been last season, in the round of 32 to get to the Sweet 16. Keontae Johnson was huge in that game. Marquise Noel was huge in that game. There is that iconic photo, which if I clip this out later, I'll put it in. Iconic photo of Marquise Noel looking at the ball as both Kentucky guys are like, "What is he doing?" with their hands out. That is iconic. And Ish Massoud with another, I think, 30-footer 3-pointer, and K-State advanced to the Sweet 16 with that win over perennial blue blood Kentucky.
Yeah, that was massive, man. That you couldn't ask for a more a better school to overcome than Kentucky. It's just like them. You got Duke, KU, Villanova you could throw in there also. Just those blue blood schools. Anytime you beat one of them, it's like the rest of the nation just cheers you on. It's just, you got to love it. And K-State was that team. Like you said, we were that team last year.
Everyone was rooting for us for sure. Coming in at number 4, most recent football game for K-State. K-State is Pop-Tarts Bowl champions. They beat NC State 28-19 to get to 94 on the season. First time, I believe, in program history, K-State football had beaten a team ranked higher than them in the bowl game. That was huge for K-State. A great way to send off the senior offensive lineman and the other seniors, and a great way for Avery Johnson to get his first start at quarterback at K-State.
They straight up told NC State to sit down.
Sit down. Let's go home.
Down.
Okay, we're breaking into the top three. We got some basketball and some football to talk about. Coming in
the
at
top three greatest things that happened to K-State in the year 2023. Let's hear him, Steve.
Number 3 was a game that I was at with my mom. We had season tickets last year for basketball. This game went into overtime. It had to have been. It has to be in the top 3. It's an overtime game against your rival. K-State made a game-winning shot with like 5 seconds left. K-State's 83-82 win against KU last season in a rivalry game in overtime in Manhattan. Keontae Johnson with the alley-oop catch and dunk on the KU player. That was a massive win. Everyone rushed the court. It had to be in a top 3, man. It just had to be.
What a like an amazing memory that you had there. You know, it's like you don't get those games very often, man. And when they happen, they just stay with you. It's like, where were you? It's like one of those moments, like, where were you when
this happened? Yeah.
When this happened.
Oh, your daughter's ready to go to gymnastics.
She is.
It's not until 6:15.
I know.
Okay.
We got about 40 minutes left.
Perfect. So that was up there to me for K-State basketball games with the 2008 first win against KU at home in 24 years. I was at that game. It was up there with Jacob Poland's 38-point game against KU. I was also there. So I feel like I was at 3 of the best games in K-State history for K-State basketball at home, at least in the last 20 years or so. Okay, coming in at number 2. K-State basketball beating Michigan State in overtime in the Sweet 16 to advance to the Elite 8. Keontae Johnson catching that alley-oop from Marquise Noel on that like fake-looking play. Marquise Noel strips the guy on the last play of the game. K-State wins 98-93 in Madison Square Garden to advance to the Elite 8. That's number 2 on our list.
And that was the first time we've been to the Elite 8 in a while too. So
yeah. I mean, in about 5+ years. So,
and you know, it always is the Elite 8 curse, but you know,
hopefully we break that at some point. Hopefully
big moment in 23, but not quite as big as the number one moment.
Number one moment had to be. It had to be. We talked about that. I think in the very first episode. So if you go all the way back, episode number 1, back in August, Kenny and I talked about how K-State could not let a streak end.
I think y'all know what streak we're talking about here.
Yeah, the streak. K-State had won 14 in a row against its in-state rival, the Kansas Jayhawks. In football, K-State extended it to 15 in a row with a 31-27 win in Lawrence. Huge win. 15 in a row. That's number 1 on our list. 15 in a row, baby. Cats.
You can't make it up. You just can't make this up. K-State beating KU for the 15th year in a row.
I mean, that's almost embarrassing
man.
If you're KU. Like, I remember the last time K-State lost to KU in football. It was 2008. 2008.
Yep. 2008. That team was special.
52-21 in Lawrence. Like the very next day, they announced that Ron Prince was fired, and ever since then, that was the last time KU had beaten K-State. K-State's won every single game since then. I was at the first one in 2009 when K-State won 17-10 to start the streak, and K-State has not looked back. There's been some close ones. Let's be honest. Yeah. There's been some close ones, including
this year was close.
Yeah, I mean, KU was up like double digits in the third quarter. I was melting down. The whole K-State family was melting down. But K-State as a football team did not melt down. They came back and won 31-27. number one on our list. I mean, it just had to be, man.
It had to be them. Man, there's so many people watching right now. Feel free to comment in the comment section, and we will read your comments. We'll interact with you guys. If you've got any questions or any hot takes that you want to present to us, and we're going to keep this ball moving. We've got some more things to get onto, but that right there was the top 10 best and worst things that happened to K-State in 2023. It's a new year, new me. Any New Year's resolutions, Steve?
I have not made one, but I did go. This is a free shout out. So if you want to sponsor the channel, by all means, I did go get a membership over at Wildcat Creek for the full year.
A lot of my friends have been doing that. Yeah,
I currently went and played yesterday. I played around. You were sleeping, otherwise I would have invited you.
That's right.
I want to get some lifting in. Okay, let's move on. Next segment.
All right, here we go. Right,
there was a game that happened yesterday. There was a game that happened yesterday. We have to talk about it.
Yep.
K-State basketball.
Yep.
Improved to 10-3 on the year. Last non-conference game before Big 12 play starts.
10-3 for a non-con's not that bad.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to look at this. We'll break it down here. K-State won 62-55 as a 21.5 point favorite. That is not good. Now, you and I both thought K-State would not play the best because considering this was the first game back since the Christmas break.
Yeah.
And honestly, they played really bad. Like the whole first half, Chicago State was right with K-State, and they actually led by 7 late in the first half. K-State came back and ended up winning 62-55. K-State was 3 of 14 from 3 in this game, man. That is not good. Tyler Perry, ending with 5 points, is not good. Now, they talked to the players after. Arthur Kaluma said basically that he wasn't worried because he knew this was the first game since Christmas break. All you had to do is win. I agree with that, but there's been a lot of other games that K-State has won this year really close against some bad teams. And it's really frustrating. Now, K-State doesn't have 2 of its top 7 players. They don't have Naquan Tomlin. They don't have Quest Glover, which apparently he has re-injured himself and he's going to be out for the year. Those are 2 of your top 7 guys that you expected to be on the roster. So K-State is definitely battling some injuries right now, but I definitely still expected the K-State to win by more than 7, man. I really
They're not ever going to get Tomlin back. He's with another team right
Tomlin's
now.
Gone, man. Tomlin is gone.
Over with, and he's killing it. He's
Thanks,
killing.
Linton.
I'm happy for
Thanks,
him.
Linton.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. No, I mean, it was after the new year. You have to think about that as well. There's probably some celebration going on. It is what it is, man. I'm not too worried about it. A W is a W. You know, I had a feeling it was going to be a lot closer than the 20-point spread that they had for us. I mean, however, I was not thinking it was going to be that bad. But it was pretty horrible to watch. But it's kind of one of those games where maybe the Cats were just kind of overlooking them.
Sure.
You know, they saw this as a, you know, not a very good basketball team, and they were just like, okay, well, let's just get in here. Let's get some good shots in and try to get a W out of this. And they did. So they managed to squeak by, but it's game face time now. We're getting into the Big 12 games here. So we need to start focusing. I don't want to talk too much about this game because it's horrible to even.
I just want to mention a few Cats real quick and then we'll move on here. So
all right.
Shout out to Arthur Kaluma, double, 14 points, 13 rebounds, all defensive. Cam Carter is beasting out, man. I know he was 6 of 16. He scored 19 points, 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. That's pretty good. And David Gasson still needs to work on his free throws, but he did score 12 points, so that's a good game for him. So, all right, and like we said, K-State shot 3 of 14 from 3, and when the other team makes 7 of them themselves, it's going to be a close game. It just is. So, okay, we're going to move on here to we got just a couple more segments. In fact, I think we only have 2 left. We're going to do a little bit more. We're going to do a little bit more basketball really quick, and then we're going to do one thing of football, and then we're going to get out of here. So let's talk about K-State basketball and the Big 12 basketball coming up this weekend. Big 12 week 1 of basketball here. Let's look at the scoreboard and take a pick, man. We're going to start picking these games. We're going to try to do it every single week here. Let me pull up I don't even know what they are, honestly. Like I remember looking at them, but I don't remember them.
As a whole, like, what do you think K-State's going to go for the
yeah,
season?
we should probably do that. K-State, I'm going to say, is going to go 8-10. I'm going to finish 18-13 in the regular season. K-State plays 18 conference games, so they're 10-3 right now. Like I said, I think they're going to be 18-13.
I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna go 9-9.
Anything more than 8-10 would be, the icing on the cake. As long as
I was gonna say 9-9 for the conference play. So
okay, and I think K-State's got to win a couple games against the top 3 or 4 teams: KU, BYU, Houston, and some of those other teams. K-State's got to win at least 2 of those games.
Yeah.
So, okay, first game on the docket. TCU at KU. I don't see a line on this game. 1:00 on Saturday. Who you picking? What's your score?
I gotta go KU, man.
I'm picking KU as well. I'm gonna pick them 88-74.
I'm gonna say TCU is probably gonna score 68, and Kansas is probably gonna make about 86, 88. 88, 68. So like a 20 point. Yeah.
Okay. Houston hosting West Virginia.
Oh my God.
Houston is the number 3 team in the country. West Virginia is really bad. I'm gonna say
it's gonna be a slaughter.
Houston's gonna win like 93-67.
Yeah, I could even see Houston getting over 100 on this. West Virginia is a terrible team. I'll go 150. How about that? We'll go 50 and then 100.
They're gonna win by half 100. I love it.
Houston is insane, dude, and West Virginia is not that great. It's really bad.
Okay, Oklahoma State hosting number 18 Baylor. Who are you picking here, and what's your score?
Another bad matchup here because Oklahoma State's not as good as they are in football. They're just not that in basketball. So I'm going to say Baylor is probably going to win this maybe 78 to, let's go 64.
I dig it. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that just because Oklahoma State's at home. Baylor has looked like up and down this year, man. Like when they're not at home, they do not play well. I think Baylor's going to win like 78-73.
Okay.
So, okay, moving on. This is a pretty good game. Really good game, actually.
Yep.
Iowa State at number 11, Oklahoma. Who you got? What's your score?
It's going to be a close one, man. I'm going to say it's going to be 70-68.
2-point game.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Just because they're at Oklahoma.
Iowa State's been playing pretty good basketball. Oklahoma has as well. I feel like Iowa State is the better team. I'm going to go upset here. I'm going to go 73-71. Iowa State wins. I'm not a big fan of Iowa State. Obviously, they're like one of our rivals, but I do respect their basketball program more than Oklahoma's. So, okay. Man, with so many teams in a conference, it's taking forever to get through this.
Yeah, I think we're flying right by it, actually.
K-State 10-3 hosting UCF 9-3, 5:00 at Bramlage Coliseum. You and I are going because it's your birthday, which happy birthday to you. Tomorrow is your birthday. You're turning 33? 34. Okay.
34.
Okay, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I got the tickets. We got really good seats, actually. So shout out to my boss for giving those to me. Appreciate that. And Robert Eccles. I mean, come on, man. This is the Purple Pod. This is KSU Nation here. All right, we got to go for K-State. We're gonna go with the win here. UCF ain't even that good. Okay, actually, I would say that in terms of like statistics, I believe that UCF and K-State are about evenly matched in terms of like strength. So I'm going to go ahead and say K-State gets the edge here. Man, if you were watching the game this on the second, you wouldn't think that they have much of an edge, but
Right.
I think they're going to come out swinging. I think that we needed that trash can game to get over the New Year hump so we can get into conference play. So it's going to be K-State with the win. We're going to go 81-74.
Okay. I like it. I really like it. I don't think K-State's offense is capable of that yet. K-State's offense has struggled a lot over the last 5 games or so. I am going to pick K-State by 10. I like K-State to win 71-61. Our offense is just not good right now. It just isn't. Like if you go back,
you're going by 10. I go by 7. All right.
Yep. 71-61 is what I'm picking.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's my score, and that's your score. Okay, we got a couple more games here. Texas, number 20 in the country, hosting Texas Tech. What's your pick and your score?
They're playing at Longhorns, so anytime you play in Austin, it's going to be tough. So I'm going to have to say the Longhorns take this win. I don't know. I haven't really been watching much Texas basketball in the non-con lately, so I don't really know what their offense looks like. I don't know what they've been making. Have you been seeing?
I have not. No, I have not.
I haven't really been.
I know they're a good team. I know they had a couple of game winners by that point guard that K-State had recruited, but I don't know much about them now.
I'm just going to be guessing here. I'm going to say that the Longhorns maybe get like 70 points and Texas Tech gets like 64.
Okay.
I don't really know. I'm shooting in the dark here.
Okay. Well, I think Texas is going to score a lot more than that. They always have 5-star players, and they're number 20 in the country for a reason, I guess. I'm going to go Texas 83, Texas Tech 68, 15.1.
All right.
Okay, finally, BYU, number 12 in the country, hosting Cincinnati. Man, this conference is good at basketball. What's your pick and your score prediction, man? 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Oh my God, that's a late game.
Yeah, this is definitely a basketball conference, man. I mean, we are unbelievable. Like, just look at the records of like all the schools that are out right now. Yeah, BYU is gonna murder this team. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like mid 80s, like 86 to like 55. We'll say
86-55, a 31-point win. Oh my God. I'm going to call an upset here because Cincinnati is always really good at basketball. I don't think BYU is as good as their record or like their ranking. They lost to Utah. I'm going to say Cincinnati wins. A couple upsets here that I'm picking.
You're picking.
It's gonna be bad. We're gonna have to go back and take a look at these and all of that. I'm going to say Cincinnati wins 74-71. That's our week 1 picks for Big 12 basketball. I like that.
Yeah. We got we got another segment that we incorporated last season with the football season, and it's called K-State Hot Takes. Here we go. What do we got for our K-State Hot Takes for this weekend? You and I are going to be there, Steve.
Yes. I'm going to say, okay, here's my hot take. So I have K-State winning 71-61 against UCF. My hot take is K-State's going to – this is crazy. So hear me out. This is crazy.
All right.
K-State is going to make 9 3-pointers in this game, which is crazy to say because K-State's offense has struggled. I feel like K-State's going to get it going from behind the arc in this game. 9 threes, hopefully. Kenny, what's your hot take?
My K-State hot take for this week is going to be Cam Carter is going to get over 30 points this game.
Okay. Over 30.
I'll say 32.
He's done that before, right? I think is 28 as high? 28 or 30. He's like right there.
30. I think 30 is his high. I'm going to say he's going to PR this weekend. 32, I believe. I think that's his PR. 32.
There we go. Okay, we have a we have a couple comments, and we'll move on to our last segment here.
Oh, yes.
Inconsistent play from the team besides Kaluma is going to kill the team come Big 12 play. We're going to find out on Saturday. We're going to find out on Saturday. We'll probably find out within the first 4 or 5 Big 12 games, though, because consistency matters for sure. Tang keeps saying this team can shoot lights out. Haven't seen it yet. Kind of like waiting for the Chiefs offense to show up.
Oh! Oh! A 3rd-degree burn on that one.
Oh, shoot. Okay. All right.
Well, what thoughts about that? Well, obviously the coach is going to be in interviews. He's not going to be like, yeah, we're absolutely playing like dog water out there, boys. No, I mean, like, he obviously sees what's going on in practice. They just they're not able to translate that in the game, apparently. All you can do is just hope that the coaching staff is doing what they can do to make these guys ready for the game day. I have faith. I mean, I'm sure you and I, just like everybody else, witnessed what K-State did last year with this coaching staff in their first year. So with that being said, it's like, how can you not have faith in this coaching staff? I think when it's time to go, they're going to prepare these guys and get them ready for these games. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really hope for. We obviously had some exceptional talent last year that helped us, but none of that matters if you don't have any good coaching, if you don't have a game plan or anything like that. You could have the best players in the world and it doesn't matter. I mean, it took MJ a while to win his first NBA title. So it takes a team, it takes a game plan, it takes good coaching. And I think K-State's got the what's the word? The culture. We've got the culture to be able to put all those things together. It's just a matter of execution. And we've only played a few non-con games, and I think this is where we really start kicking it into high gear. And I have faith. Of course, I'm a homer. I'm a K-State fan. I'm supposed to say that.
We're probably going to pick K-State to win every single game this basketball season.
I don't know. I mean, if I was putting money on it,
we did it all football season.
Well. Before the season started, I said that we were going to lose the Longhorns game
and
the Tech game.
You did say 10-2.
I did say 10-2. We ended up 9-4. But either way,
we could have won them all. We could have won them all. Honestly,
we could have won them all. We could have easily. Yeah. But yeah, Carl, I appreciate the comments. If anybody else wants to comment, we're almost about ready to get out of here. We got one more segment to go. So, but we will stick around for a few minutes to answer some comments if you want to throw them in there. We appreciate you guys so much for watching the Purple Pod on KSU Nation. Please like and subscribe if you have the chance. If you like what you're hearing, ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that weird guy with the glasses indoors. Yeah. I just give us a like, give us a follow, or whatever they say it in the internet these days. Follow, like, subscribe, comment,
share it, tell your friends, get your mom to
tell
subscribe.
Your friends, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Get Coach Tang to subscribe, man. Get Coach Tang, dude.
Dude, what an amazing opportunity that would be. Getting Coach Tang on the Purple Pod.
Oh, yes. All right, so I'm going to say one thing about Coach Tang, and then we'll move on to the last segment. Okay, so basically, I agree with everything you said. I'm not saying Coach Tang gets a pass, but he did envision 2 other K-State players being major impact players in Tomlin and Glover, and both of those guys, one of them is not even here anymore, and the other one is injured for the year. So this team could look a lot different than they are.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he gets a pass, but I trust Coach Tang and his coaching staff. Yeah. I feel like K-State's going to be a bubble team, and we'll see what happens in the NCAA tournament. They're not going to win the Big 12 championship regular season. Now they could win the tournament because this coaching staff, they know what it takes. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely trust Coach Tang for sure. Okay, let's move on to our final segment. College football playoff happened, man. And we got 2 really good games. Michigan won in overtime against Alabama. You called it 27-20.
I don't know how many people I talked to. All my friends are like, "Oh, Alabama's got this. Alabama's going to win the whole thing."
I picked Alabama.
You picked Alabama. I got a bunch of other friends. I said, "Are you insane? I think Michigan's got this." And everybody said the same thing. McCarthy is not consistent. I can't count on this kid. He
Special teams almost cost him, man. Special teams almost cost Michigan.
That's true. Game. It is true. they made a lot of mistakes. But
They made a
one
lot
of
of
one of the things that I noticed was the freaking their defense was
Their D line is
absolutely
insane. Their D line is insane.
incredible. They were shoving. Now listen to this. Alabama, their their offensive line, the size of their offensive line is bigger than the average size in the NFL. You understand that? And Michigan was putting it on them, dude. They were pushing the like how many sacks did they have?
They
Like
had to
it
have
was
like 8, dude. It felt like a lot.
that is insane. And I
Almost,
know
to be sure.
Washington does not have the size that Alabama has. So this is going to be
Yes.
really interesting.
So Washington beat Texas 37-31. Came down to the last play because the coach decided to not knee it, and one of his players got hurt, so it stopped the clock. Texas almost came back and won, but they handled, man. They really did handle Texas's D line, and Texas has a top 5 D line, man. They really we saw it on full display against K-State, and Washington's O line handled them, dude. They absolutely handled them. So I'm interested to see what Michigan's D line can do against Washington's offensive line.
It's going to be a battle of the offenses. I mean, Washington's offense is incredible. No mistaking about it. But Michigan, dude, their defensive line, absolutely like. So yeah, like what you just said, like the Longhorns, they had, an amazing defensive line as well. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I think this is a really good final.
Great matchup. They picked the best 4 teams for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think that Michigan is still going to come out and win.
They're favored by 4.5.
I did call Longhorns to be in the final game.
So did I.
I mainly because of the Big 12. I wanted the Big 12 to be in back-to-back.
We saw them firsthand. We know how good their defense was until,
and they're good. Yeah,
they're so good. Penix was just on fire.
They are good, yeah. And so I would just say. So are we doing predictions here for the score?
Let's get our score prediction for the College Football Playoff National Championship live from Houston on Monday, January. What was it? It's going to be the 8th.
Battle of the offenses here. Michigan's going to win this game, and it's going to be won by, let's see here. I'm going to say they're going to hit 40. I'm going to say 42 to 30. I'm going to say 42 to 30.
I love it. Who's the player of the game? Is it Blake Corum, the running back? Is it JJ McCarthy?
It's probably going to be McCarthy.
It probably will be. If I had to pick last game, I would have picked Blake Corum though, or their offensive line or D line. Honestly, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna pick Michigan to win the game. I also think it's gonna be high scoring. I feel like it's gonna be really similar to the TCU Michigan game last year. We know that Michigan can score with the best of them, and Penix is on fire right now. Like the way he was throwing the ball reminded me of Bryce Young a year ago in the Sugar Bowl, just throwing it all over the yard in perfect spots that like seemed ridiculous. Very much like RG3, like a while ago, was it 10 years ago? Like just throwing insane passes. I'm going to pick Michigan to win. I'm going to agree with the 42. I'm going to go 42 to 38. They do not cover, but they win the game and they win the national championship, going undefeated. What would that? That'd be what, 15-0 for them? So
yeah, when was the last time that happened?
It should help. It should help that they have a guy on staff that's going out.
Georgia, right? Georgia did that last year.
Georgia did it last year. Yeah, but Michigan's got a guy on staff going out and allegedly, shooting video of other teams' sidelines. So maybe they have a little inside scoop on what Washington's going to do. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So so you would have to say that the year of Michigan football is going to have this, if they win,
tainted.
It's going to be having a little asterisk next to it, you know?
Not in the record books, but in everyone's minds, it'll be a lot like the steroid era in baseball. Very much like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and all of that. Yes.
Yeah.
In everyone's minds, we all know what happened. We all know what happened.
Yeah.
But I'm still picking Michigan to win the game. So.
All right. So I guess we're in agreement here, Steve. New year.
Shout out to Dan, my brother-in-law, big Michigan fan from Michigan, big Lions fan. He was pretty upset about that game. I know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan, my brother-in-law. Michigan's going to win it all for you, bud, and I hope you're going to be excited for it. So,
yeah, it should be a good time, man. It's to cap off college football. You know, that's our picks. This is fun, man. I'll be seeing you here in about 10 minutes, though.
I'm going to see you here in about 20 minutes. Our daughters go to the same gymnastics place here in Kansas. Kenny and I are going to hang out. We're going to be the loudest people there, sitting in the front row like we always do. It's going to be a great time, dude. It's going to be just like the Purple Pod. So if you want to see the Purple Pod continued, go over to the gymnastics place in Wamego, and we're going to be hanging out, talking some State sports, maybe.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Kenny, this was a lot of fun, bro. And this was the Purple Pod. A lot of these segments are going to be clipped out and posted as regular videos as well. We appreciate all K-State fans for watching, liking, and subbing. What's up?
Before we go, for all you people that are watching, if you do have a Facebook, we have officially created a Facebook page, KSU Nation. Come find us, join the group. You'll get updates on what's going on with K-State. We Steve and I are pretty active on there. So if you have and you can post whatever you want, you know, have some conversations. And
let's have fun, man.
Yeah, let's have fun in there. Be respectful, obviously. You know, be courteous about other people's takes. And, you know, if somebody's got a bad take, don't run them through the sewer, you know, just
for sure.
just politely disagree, whatever. But yeah, just have a good time in there. Post funny memes, any updates that are going on with K-State. And, you know, the more informed we are about it, the better it is. You know, we have, and we'll also be giving updates on when we're going to be posting our show and new videos and stuff like that on there as well. So
we'll post some photos and stuff as well on there of us at games, maybe at gymnastics. I don't know.
Maybe.
This has been
McDonald's.
I think we're getting Mexican tonight, actually, because tomorrow's Aria's birthday. You know that.
We had La Fiesta yesterday. All right.
We're getting that tonight. Okay, that's the episode. Kenny and I, we've had a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends. But I'm Stevie B.
I'm Kenny G.
And go Cats, baby.
Go Cats. Woo!
Down in purple.